Once again, my name is Robin and welcome to the 2017 Powerman Philippines Asian Championships press conference presented by Summit Drinking Water. Thank you once again to Summit Drinking Water. At this point, please allow me to call our special guests and introduce them to you one by one. To all our guests, please take your seat right here in front with me. Calling on the General Manager for Powerman Philippines, Coach Kay Lopez. Hello, Coach. President, Powerman Philippines, Owen Gan. CEO, FNF International Events Group, Inc., Raymond Magdaluyo. And our Category Manager, Asia Brewery, Inc., Jill Villanueva. There you have it. Hello to our panel. Okay, I'm going to sit here on this side. Just a space there. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome once more to another year of Run, Bike, Repeat. Once again, a round of applause for this year's Powerman Philippines Asian Championships. Ready your calendars because the 2017 Powerman Philippines Asian Championships, presented by Summit Drinking Water, is back on its third year this October 8, 2017 at Clark Freeport Zone, Pampanga. As the sport of duathlon continues to grow in the Philippines and the rest of the world, Filipino duathletes get a chance to test their determination and compete against the best of the best duathletes from around the globe and our local shores, exceeding boundaries, testing limits, and challenging your determination. This race promotes as a both lifestyle and the sport with various categories including the Powerman Classic with 10K run, 60K bike, and 10K run, and the Power Short with 5K run, 30K bike, and 5K run, which will cross the smooth, wide roads of Clark and SC Tex. This year's Powerman Philippines Asian Championships also serves as a qualifying event for the upcoming Powerman World Championships happening in Switzerland that is going to happen next year now. Kay Lopez and of course, Miss Jill Villanueva. This event promotes bike runs both as a sport and a lifestyle, encouraging runners to enjoy biking and bikers to love running. It is in combining these two disciplines that true endurance is discovered. Running is engaging not just as a multi-sport, but to experiencing life to the fullest. At this point, I'd like to call on CEO and FNF International Events Group, Inc., Mr. Raymond Magdaluyo for his quick message.
Hi guys, good morning. Good afternoon. Thank you very much. It's our third year to run this Powerman Duathlon Pilipinas. We're very happy to be partnering with new people now. We're partnering, of course, with Team Enrolled Biking, making sure we have the best technical guys and technical support. Of course, Coach K. So we accidentally stumbled upon this Powerman brand a few years ago, no? when we were organizing. So it's really so it's just a short story. How did the restaurateur, how did the restaurant get involved with organizing events? No? So very quickly. So I was running a restaurant in Harbor Point in Subic, Seafood Island, and then the mall wasn't doing too well. No? So we suggested the mall that they organize a fitness festival. So we organized this very small race called Subic Invitational Triathlon, and we had something like 100 participants, and it was helping us with the timing. So from there on, Subic asked us to organize a food fest, etc. And the end goal was to help us have bogey points with SPMA. You know? So finally we ended up forming FNF. So and then after a couple of years, we met John Ratchelders, who's the president of the International Powerman Association, and he helped us. So basically, he's helping us. This is our third year with Powerman. So this year we are the Powerman Asian Championships, and yearly will be playing a much bigger role in the region. No? So there are my forecast is in a few years' time there's going to be as many Powerman races in Asia as there are in the cold countries. No? So eventually they're looking at having champions for the hot races, the races in the warm countries, and champions in the cold countries. No? And from based on experience, challenges is when the Europeans come here, they basically have to race very different conditions. No, so I don't know if you noticed this year we've changed our collaterals. We're featuring more Filipinos. No, and our goal is to really be able to have upgrade the quality of our racers so that eventually they can match up with they can match up. First, we can beat them in races in warm weather, no? And eventually we can send our duathletes to colder countries where they can match up with the best of the best. And that's the goal, no? And to be able to be part of the community, the FNF has stopped organizing triathlons, and we're just concentrating on duathlon. At the same time, we're very happy to be partnering with our friends in the community, Sina Ting and Sina Raul and Coach K and everybody else. To mount this event, because the event is, we would like to see that we just co-own this event, and this event really is for the community. So thank you very much to everyone for coming here, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
CEO of FNF International Events Group, Inc. Now, at this point, everybody, we know that some of you may still have questions for our panel and of course for our trainers here. We are now opening the floor for the Q&A forum. Any questions you may have?
Question. Well, Vidal from Manila Standard. This is for Raymond. Triathlon is very well known already, so I'd like to know what you're doing to promote duathlon to equal that popularity. The triathlon is already in duathlon.
Well, my forecast is eventually duathlon, no, in terms of number one. I think duathlon can eventually, in terms of like number of athletes, whether professional or amateur, can surpass triathlon. No? Pero ang feeling ko sa ang duathlon targets a different market. No? Number one, triathlon is quite an expensive sport to participate in, primarily because of the swimming part. Now, the reality is in the Philippines, it's expensive to find a good pool. No, I mean there are of course public pools, they're very limited, and finding a respectable beach to swim in is quite restricted as well. So medyo mahal mag-swimming sa bansa. Duathlon on the other hand is a little bit more democratized, so to speak. No. That's why you see the rates are much lower. No? As a matter of fact, there are a lot of duathlon races. No? So we'd like to think that Powerman is just a culminating event. No? But a few other groups like Raul, like biking, they organize duathlon races as well. And the rates are lower than triathlon. No? Primarily because we'd like to attract a more democratized market, a much broader market. So meaning all they need is a pair of running shoes and a good bike, and then they can already join. No? And as a matter of fact, our other friends who are organizing smaller races have shorter distances. No? And the whole point is, the natural progression is that eventually, if you're into running, you'd like to try biking. If you're ready to biking, you'd like to run a bit. No? So duathlon is a natural migration sport to for a lot of athletes. No? And remember, what we're promoting, Mr. John and I, have agreed that we don't want to promote Powerman just as an event. No? We'd like to promote Powerman as a lifestyle. Ano nga namin is basically no man, no power. No? That's our slogan. That's been our slogan. No? And we'd like to think that the more people getting into sports, specifically running and biking, the better. So basically, that's the general goal. So to summarize, my answer to your question is that I think in a country like the Philippines, duathlon is a more logical sport to grow.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have another question?
This is Alan of the Filipino Wrangler. Unlike Kinolambo, why did you choose Clark as your race venue?
Hello.
If I may speak as an athlete and as a coach, Clark is very conducive for training and racing. Because of not having to deal with the fact that there's no beach there, for the athletes, the roads are pretty safe, not a lot of cars. There's that parade grounds where I can bring my students to run. So even just training, it's perfect. It's away from all the traffic. I don't have to worry about my students getting into an accident just because they get caught by cars. Or at least there's less risk. So I think that's why Clark saw that, and then F&F also saw it, and then they joined forces. Even when I was still racing competitively, like decades ago, we were already using Clark as a venue for duathlon. The National Duathlon Championships was there. So it's been years that they've been trying to develop Clark as a hub for duathlon. So it only makes sense for a big brand like Powerman to be brought there, and for Clark to have a long-term relationship with the brand. So it's just very beneficial for everyone, for the organizers, Clark, and the athletes as well.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to add something to what Coach Lee mentioned. Just to mention our partnership with Clark Development Corporation and the Clark Tourism, they're really pushing Clark as a race destination. We believe Powerman has found a home in Clark, very supportive organization back in Clark, and the location having its own airport, it gives access to international athletes to fly directly to Clark, and then accommodations for athletes are everywhere. It's easily available, and to host a race in Clark with the support of the tourism, Clark Development Corporation, gives us an advantage over other races, and it really highlights the logic behind having the only international duathlon in the Philippines to have a home in Clark, Pampanga.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. Jamil Nuevo, Sports Gateway. To Ms. Jill Villanueva, what made you decide to be the presenter of Powerman 2017?
Summit Natural Drinking Water has always been supportive of all fitness events. If you've noticed, this is not the first time that we've sponsored such event, but we believe so much in the cause or the objectives of this event. That's why we decided that we really wanted to partner, given that this is perfect for our target market, the weekend warriors, who are not really into hardcore sports, but would want to really start having an active lifestyle. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Jill. We have one more.
Hi, I'm Jasmine from Inquire. My question is for Coach K. Earlier you showed the names of some of our top two athletes. Are they all competing in this race? And also, who are the foreign that's well confirmed to join this race?
We are in the process of inviting. I think for the Filipino contingent, Rambo is our sponsored athlete. He's part of the Batam Tribe initiative sponsored by Mr. Madurio. So at the very least, he will be there. And then we are also closely working with Coach Melvin Fausto of the national team, handling the duathletes. So we will expect his support for the event as well. As for the foreign delegates, I think I shall pass on the mic to Mr. Madurio.
There's this guy, sir, for 2 years we've been supporting this guy, si Caleb Belek. But for recently he's been injured. So anyway, there's this guy, his name is Thomas Bruins. Si Thomas is like one of the top duathletes internationally, you know. So far, he's the only European guy who's been winning in the Asian races, no? Like I think he was number one in Malaysia. Ito super hot in Putrajaya, sorry, Indonesia, and then Malaysia as a both, no? So Thomas Bruins is the guy to watch out for. I mean the European guy to watch out for. He's coming. He's confirmed. It's very very fast, no? So there are two guys we're inviting. Of course, Gail. I don't know if he can come, and Gail Lebelec and Sepelvin. No. The problem with these two guys, they're not used to the warm weather in Clark. So there are two Filipino guys we're rooting for. Of course, our very own John Chicano, who's in Southeast Asian Games right now, and Emmanuel Comendador, no, another guy who just came back from hibernation. So very interesting is si John Chicano, who's competing among other athletes like Nico Huelgas in Southeast Asian Games. John Chicano was able to place second in the Asian Championships 2 years ago, no? So anyway, the interesting thing is, I think our guys, since they're used to the weather, they have chances of like, of course, imagine this year, this Asian Championships, no? And very soon we'd like to vie for the World Championship, Powerman World Championship. If not next year, I think in a couple of years we'll be able to host the World Championships here in the Philippines, no? Primarily because we have better infrastructure in Clark. And the thing with Powerman is we're looking for a community that can embrace the event and call it its own, no? Just like how Sofingen has been hosting Powerman for the past 28 years. And our goal is to be able to have Clark and the rest of Pampanga and the surrounding areas to embrace Powerman as its own. So we're involving as much of the community, the restaurant owners, the sports shop owners, the bikers, the athletes, to be able to call Powerman their own, just like how Sofingen has owned Powerman for the past 28 years. No? I mean, if you go to Sofingen, in the park, there's a huge monument of Powerman, and there you see all the past champions. And that's what we'd like to do. We'd like to eventually make Clark a home of Powerman. It's not just like a venue na babayaran mo, you ask permission. So we'd like Clark to be the permanent home of Powerman. So very interesting race this year.
We have another.
Hello. Hi, this is Isa of the Fabulous Running Divas. What does Powerman Duathlon makes the newbies interesting to join?
So for the newbies, what's nice about the Powerman brand is we also have a short distance. So for anybody who's already started doing multi-sport events or is just starting, it's a good starting block. If that is still too long for some of the newbies, there's also the option to enter the race as a relay. There are two options, either a two-man team or a three-man team, and then extra option is you can do the relay for the short or the classic. And then also for the kids, actually the teens, who are also thinking of getting into the duathlon sport, there's the power teams category. So there's a separate category for them. They race against people in the same age group from 13 to 18. So many options for all types of athletes, whether you're a newbie or an elite. So really it's a very good event to join for athletes of all levels.
Another question. What specific training program do you recommend for the racers this year?
That would be actually, last year we had the power training, the 24/7. This year we're going to launch it again. The first one will be on July 31st. We're still finalizing the venue, but basically what we're trying to do again this year is every month we're going to have like sort of a seminar or a training session with interested athletes, whether or not they've signed up for the race. We're going to provide a venue and speakers to talk about everything that we think will be beneficial for athletes who are interested in joining the Powerman. So we've invited speakers from like Garmin is involved, Active Health. Of course, I'll be there to give the topics that I think are going to be helpful. But to directly answer your question, as a coach, if I have a student who's interested in joining a duathlon event, the very basic is to separately train throughout the week, running and biking, different intensities, different durations, and then at least once a week have a session for run simulation. You can do that closer to the race, but basically that's what a duathlon training program would look like.
If I may add, all registrants who already enrolled for the program, are given a program. The power training program is available to all registered participants already. So now we're down to about 12 weeks, and it's a program that's emailed, that's accompanied with the activations that Coach K does. Those are the pocket clinics that we do with them, and the program is designed in such a way that it ensures that whether you're a newbie or a more experienced or seasoned duathlete, that you will be able to finish the race comfortably. There's also an advanced fast track course there for the more competitive ones. They can follow those. It will have higher standards for training, and then it will guarantee that they'll finish the race stronger with a better PR time for them.
Thank you, sir.
Question. Like for example, in the running, because I come from the running, with regards to the training. Like for example, I don't have any training in duathlon, but I run. Can I make it in October? Starting like August?
Today.
No.
August, that's September, October. So, kasi if you start August, that would give you what? 12 weeks nga? Yeah, 12 weeks. Kaya pa yan.
I'm hearing lots of yeses here.
Well, kasi if you ask me, I prefer that students, the longer your preparation, of course, the better and the safer it is for you. But if you have like 8 weeks, you can make it work. It's just about managing your expectations. Like if you only have 8 weeks, you can only expect to push yourself this much and perform this much without ending up injuring yourself, because this is all legs. You don't have the swim to balance things out. So all the more you have to be careful about not being injured. So if you have 8 weeks, I think you'll be fine. Maybe if you want to go for the long one, I think kaya pa naman. But anything less than 8 weeks, then either you just take it easy and just really experience it for the fun of it, rather than being too hardcore and expecting too much from yourself.
Also, we get that question a lot. No? Kasi the thing with Powerman, as Raymond mentioned earlier, coming from the president himself and from Sofingen, the organization, Powerman is really about lifestyle. It should be or an athlete, a weekend warrior should be comfortably able to include it in his weekly schedules. Find time to comfortably train for the race. Having said that, for somebody who hasn't tried it, this is your chance to race an international race. I mean, how many chances do you get to race an international duathlon? This is the only one that's here in the Philippines. And then for the relay, what we tell them, you can get your friends. Friends, you can do the short one, as Coach K was saying. You can get 2 of your friends. Someone can do the run, the first run, another friend can do the bike, and another friend can do the other run. So there are options to how you can approach the race, and we're very confident it'll be something that will be fun for everyone.
Will there be a team competition?
Yes, there's a team competition. The mechanics for it will be at least there's a minimum of 1 girl for the team competition. one particular team can enter teams of fives, as many teams of fives, and then we at the end of the race we get the top 5 times for all the team participants, and we get the top 5, and then those will be the entries for the team competition, and they are going to be awarded a team jersey. All 5 members are going to be awarded the Powerman 2017 team competition champion jersey.
It's very important to mention, our group is trying to help change the paradigm for Powerman and the other events. Like for example, when we were talking to ABI, we told them that the money is really not in the event. The money is really in the preparation. No, like for example, we own Bikers Cafe in Mall of Asia. No? And every day, I don't know if you noticed, my friends in the community, recently, we managed to help force SM to close the lane to cars. No? So from 5 to 9 in the morning, now they already close the bike loop to cars, and they have signs now in Coast. So you go to a place like Mall of Asia. Mall of Asia now is a run and a bike haven, no? Or training ground. No? It's free, nobody charges except that maybe you pay for parking. No? So the reason why I mentioned that is because if I'm a group like Summit, I can have exposure 365 days, not just one day. So the money is because really a race is not just about the day. No, the beauty of participating races is really to be able to train all year round. No? Except that when you take a break near Christmas or say before you get married, like Carlos here. Hi, Carlos. But really, the beauty of racing is really in the preparation. It's not really just a one day, no. So that's what we tell our sponsors. That really the money is in really supporting the athlete while they are training, not just maximizing on the exposure during the event, because the event is just one day. It's just half a day event, no. So that's basically it. That's how we're trying to help change the paradigm. No?
I see. All right, thank you very much, Sir Raymond. Any more? That's it. Thank you once more, Coach K, Owen, Raymond, and Jill. Once again, this is the 2017 Powerman Philippines Asian Championships press conference. At this point, we are giving our media to do their photo opportunity with our panel. Thank you.